I was the proverbial, never been sick a day in your life. I was an athlete, bodybuilder, the whole thing, personal trainer, the whole deal. And I went in to get my shoulder fixed. And the next thing I knew, I was at a cardiologist, and it took off from there.
Used to being very physically active. I did cross country and track in high school and a little bit in college, and always maintained that physical activity all the way through school. And eventually I couldn't climb one flight of stairs without being short of breath and having to stop halfway up just to rest for a couple minutes. During that time, Stephen started to have some issues with his health and multiple hospitalizations, and just never really took the time to take care of what I had progressing.
So ultimately, I did several stints of weeks and even months in the hospital prior, so it was a tough process. A lot of people have been through stuff like that, but until you've been through that, it's pretty emotional, pretty big fight.
When I reviewed Stephen's chart, I saw that he had a genetic disorder that resulted in weakening of his heart muscle. He tried really hard for as long as possible to stay healthy, to do the right things, but slowly but surely the heart failure was just catching up with him.
There was a time when I was there that I actually didn't think that the heart transplant was a good trade, believe it or not. Dr. Tran, who was very instrumental in saving my life in a couple different ways. He came and actually was responsible for convincing me to go on a balloon pump, which was just kind of part of the process of keeping me alive long enough to be able to get the transplant.
Right away, you could see that things are different for him. He was more alert and more awake and had good color. So there were some immediate changes that we could see. And he actually went through the post-operative phase very well. That's what we see with heart transplant. You can have spectacular change of events for a patient, and they do extremely well.
After his transplant, I think probably because of just the stress of everything, I noticed a sharp decline in how I was feeling, and I would have to take 2 or 3 rests just to go up flight of stairs in my own house. And that's when I knew that I really needed to get help very quickly, otherwise I was going to have major problems beyond what I was already having.
So she also had heart failure, but on a different mechanism as what Stephen's heart failure. We could actually remove those clots through an operation called pulmonary thromboembolic, and then allow her heart to recover, and that's exactly what happened for her. Pulmonary thromboembolic is a big surgery. It's also open heart surgery. We also have to make a midline sternotomy incision, just like Stephen's incision. And she also had to go on a heart-lung machine, the same as Stephen. And then for her, we had to cool her body down to a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. That allows us to slow down the metabolism of all the cells in the body. And then for a period of time, it is safe to drain all the blood out of the body, keep it in a reservoir at the heart-lung machine, and then open the blood vessels leading to the lungs, and then dissect the clots that was now scarred and causing the obstruction free and pull them out of the pulmonary arteries.
His surgery was March 11th and mine was July 17th. We were just so impressed with the care that Stephen got through UC San Diego Health, And immediately I could tell the difference in how I was breathing. Even just hours later when I was getting out of the bed, walking around, I could tell a huge difference. And even every day, even up to today, I feel a huge difference in my breathing.
Yeah, it was beautiful to see. When Stephen was really sick, Linette was there for him. She supported him and just in a very loving and caring way was there to encourage him. And then for Stephen, when he got the opportunity to return the favor, he was there bedside, always very excited that she now gets an opportunity to experience what he experienced. And it was just beautiful to see the loving support that they provided to each other.
So my doctors, I have no idea how big this army is that makes this whole thing go. But it literally is an army, from those that go and find donors, from those that, I don't want to single anybody out, because it truly was. It's just this giant family, this army